Firstly, it started when I was in my first year of high school. I was marginalised and discriminated against being Māori. Teachers would tell us that we were going to end up on a bad road, that we weren't going to amount to anything. So when I was in my first year of high school, I told my teachers, I will be a teacher when I grow up, and I will be a better teacher who advocates for my kids and builds my kids up rather than tears them down. My name is Te Moana Maika. I hail from the centre of the universe, New Zealand. I am Māori, unapologetically Māori. I was born and bred in Auckland in a Māori community. A lot of the people that I knew weren't privileged enough to be exposed to te reo or our cultural values or what it is to be Māori. However, my parents made it their mission for my siblings and I to be brought up in our Māoridom, knowing how much value it brings to our lives. Because in Auckland, being Māori wasn't cool. Being Māori wasn't smart. Being Māori wasn't going to get you anywhere. When I was at school, we didn't really have anyone that would speak for us or challenge the norm for us or stick up for us when it wasn't our fault, or at least listen and try to understand us. We never had that. And when I came into teaching, my one goal was I wanted to be the teacher that I wish I had when I was in school. I wanted to be the person that my kids could come to on their best days and their worst days. I wanted to be that person that could teach them things that they would be able to use in life regardless of where they are. I wanted to be that teacher that would understand and work with them rather than against them. People always assume that I have children of my own because I refer to them as my kids. Whether I'm in school or outside of school, talking to other educators or to my own family, my kids are my kids. I will go to war for my kids. I will fight battles. I have been in many disciplinary meetings with senior leadership as to my involvement with students and just having their back. But they show their very best to me. So it's only right that if I expect their best, I too show my best. In Māori, we have concepts such as manaakitanga, which is to care for people. We have aroha, which means love. Fano or whanaungatanga, which means to build connections and family. Because that is so embedded in who I am as a person, it just became normal, or was so easy to put that into my teaching practice. So when I started teaching, I work with my students first to get to know them. Then I start to get to know their families, and it's more trying to realize that I'm not here to be against them, but to work with them. So everything that we do together. We do as a whānau, a family. I know within the education system, like, we should be helping our kids to go to uni and everything like that, and I do. But knowing your identity and who you are and where you come from really grounds you in life. And that's what I want my kids to know, and I want them to embody as they grow, to know that their culture adds value to this world. To know that they can walk down the street with pride, that they can raise their head and know that I'm a Māori and no one can take that from me. And I want them to share that love to their kids, to their whānau, to our community. So then when they grow older, we have hundreds and thousands of proud Māori walking around New Zealand and going around the world and exposing and sharing our culture with everyone.